remember how curious you were as a child? I enjoyed learning new things every day, collecting experiences with friends while trying new skates, failing when crashing into each other and getting bruises, and then laughing about it. Learning with fun, but without knowing what it's good for. Getting better every day. Growing together. But then came secondary school, and suddenly learning lost its former ease and coolness. Why can't I decide for myself what, when, and how I learn? Let me tell a story of me as a teenager. I wanted to learn how to overcome my shyness, so I signed up for the theater class in school. But I was so shy that I only got a role in the play as a tourist walking from the left side to the right side of the stage. Well, I was so nervous because my family came to see me on stage, and I was so shy that I didn't tell them about my only 10 seconds airtime. In school and theater club, I didn't get the chance to learn and grow. But that wasn't going to stop me. So I started as a salesperson in a clothing store and found there a learning environment to overcome my shyness. By selling jeans, shirts, and shoes, I learned on the job, from and with my team, and from my manager who trusted in me and coached me. It was a win-win on both sides. Sometimes I even generated the most revenue of the day. So I was able to completely overcome my shyness and learn so much more for life than I hadn't expected before. Learning has become cool again. So why do I tell this story? Among many people, corporate learning has a bad reputation because they associate learning with school. And to be honest, corporate learning is often as uncool as in school. A predefined curriculum tells you what trainings you need to complete. And if you don't complete these trainings, you are by definition not qualified for your current role, or at least not ready for your future career level. Today, we often learn to improve short-term results. It's surely acceptable to optimize the present, don't get me wrong. But to shape the future, we need to be proactive, not reactive. New, sometimes unpredictable challenges in the future require a new form of learning. But this kind of learning requires extra time. But time has always been rare. But with the COVID-19 pandemic, most of us suddenly had this extra time, and we also faced new challenges. There was no standard learning curriculum to follow because we weren't prepared for remote work in the pandemic. So we explored new things, we learned. Sometimes we were not conscious that this is learning. So what have you learned in the pandemic? What are you better at today than in 2019? Maybe you learned things you haven't labeled as learning so far. Think about homeschooling your kids, renovate your home, do a DIY project with power tools, of course, or finally handle remote work and conferencing tools. For myself, I learned almost all features in Microsoft Teams and how to organize virtual meetups and bar camps to bring people together. And now, top management must ensure that this extra time is kept for learning. One learning measure per year is not enough to develop future products and to succeed in a digital transformation. That's why every employee needs by standard time for discovery learning. Discovery learning also means that you don't necessarily learn things that you need in your job today, but it might be highly relevant in the future. So we cannot predict when and if we will get returns on these investments. As I couldn't predict that overcoming my shyness was the basis for me to become a communicator, networker, and trainer today. And that's why we need this kind of long-term investment in people and in the future. So, how do we need to transform learning? Learning needs to become a strategic decision on top management level. This way, learning becomes a goal for every manager in the company. That means they must prioritize learning for their employees. But you don't have to wait for the organization to change. You can start right away. Share your knowledge with others, join networks across the company, and find a learning buddy to learn and grow together. But most importantly, take it easy and enjoy learning. Thank you.